Having no purpose as a man will leave you feeling lonely and empty inside. And no matter whatever you purchase, no matter what external things you try to bring into your life, you're still going to have this empty void inside. And I don't want you to drift through life waking up one day at 50 years old going, fuck, I still feel empty. You know, even my wife and my children, yes, I love them, but I still feel this empty feeling inside. So it's absolutely crucial for every man to have purpose in their life. And by the end of this video, you will know how to actually build your purpose, create your purpose as a man. I'll make it as simple and easy to understand for you. So more or less, you know, I was someone who didn't have purpose for until about 2 years ago in my life. And I was literally just stuck consistently pleasure chasing. And once I found my purpose, it was such a rewarding feeling, right? The man you see today, man operating, you know, through high frequency, loving life, appreciating life, grateful for life. I don't need anything external to complete me because I've got my purpose, right? And I work on my purpose every single day, and that allows me to operate through high frequency, to appreciate life, be grateful. And I didn't always have this, right? This was something that I was consistently trying to figure out, trying to find, but I never found it because I didn't have the right role models in my life, right? I didn't have the right information, you know, to access. I didn't have any sort of, I guess, mentors in my life. And that's why I want to share this with you, because I want to help you, because I don't want you to go through life just drifting, right? Now, the vices that I'm going to share with you, these are the typical vices that men indulge in, and it brings no happiness, right, inside. It doesn't bring any sort of fulfillment. The first one is shiny object syndrome. Okay, shiny object syndrome is literally being obsessed with materialistic things. You try to seek the next shiny thing, whether that be a car, shoes, clothes, jewelry, a watch, and it still doesn't make you happy because you don't have purpose, and you're seeking that purchase to make you happy inside. But because it's a materialistic possession and you don't have purpose, you end up getting over it, right? And that's something that I was doing for a majority of my life. I was literally chasing shiny objects. I bought a car that was literally, you know, 6 figures, and thinking that would bring me some sort of joy, some sort of happiness, fulfillment. It brought me nothing, right? After about 1 month of owning the vehicle, I got over it. I literally still had that empty void in my heart. So you know what I did next? I ended up modifying the vehicle. I put rims on it, started lowering it, started rebuilding the engine, kept doing more things, right? And it ended up being a sickness. And when I was at a breaking point in my life 2 years ago, right, when I found my purpose, I sold that car. I sold that car because I was literally tied to that vehicle. I was attached to that vehicle. It defined who I was, right? It defined my character because I didn't have purpose. So I sold it and went all in, right, to building my purpose, the man you see today in front of the camera. And I'm so grateful I did that, because that's a materialistic possession that I can, you know, I can always buy another vehicle, right? But I'd rather build my purpose as a man. And when I do buy my next vehicle, let's say, right, I at least know that that's not going to bring me any sort of happiness inside. And I've got my purpose to fulfill me inside as a man. And those external things, you know, whether it be a vehicle, whatever it may be, is just temporary, right? You know how to categorize it, right? You know that that's okay, that's a bit of fun, but that doesn't define me. I need to focus on this. This is what's going to bring me fulfillment, right? So I'm not saying don't enjoy nice things, right? If you're someone that literally has purpose and you've built your way up and you literally have made your money and you want to start buying nice shiny things, that's fine. That's totally different, because you are not attached to those objects, right? They don't define you. You've found your purpose in life, and they're just basically bonuses to your lifestyle. So just make sure that if you've got an attachment, right, to materialistic possessions and you don't have purpose, you need to understand that it's never going to bring you any sort of happiness, right? That's why you can relate to what I'm saying, because you know that whenever you purchase the next shiny thing, you don't feel fulfilled inside, right? You buy the latest shoes, then you want one in this color, then that color, then you buy clothes, then you buy jewelry, and you just feel empty inside, right? And it ends up becoming an addiction, because whenever you're feeling sad, you might go shopping. A lot of people do that, right? They're stuck, controlled by the matrix, living a 9-to-5 lifestyle, right? They're stuck in a job that they don't even like. And when it comes to the weekend, you'll see them in the shopping centers, right? Buying stuff, because that's their only sense of fulfillment, right? That's their only, that's the way that they can feel those feelings of joy, right? With these objects, with these shiny objects. So don't get caught up in this shiny object syndrome, right? Because this is a true sickness, and this will literally just end up making you feel very, very empty and lonely inside, right? The second vice is relationships, okay? Relying on a woman, a partner, to fill that empty void inside. It's a huge mistake, because that will never bring you fulfillment. We need love in our lives. Yes, I understand, okay, us as men, but when you don't have purpose and you decide to get in a relationship and thinking, okay, well, that woman should fulfill me, that's, I guess, my life, right? Once a year passes by, 2 years passes by maybe, you still feel empty inside, right? You know, you still have that, your partner, but you feel empty inside. And that's what I felt with every single relationship, because I didn't have purpose, and I thought a woman would make me happy and fill that empty void inside. I still felt that empty void, as the relationship went on, after 1 year, 2 years, right? And so forth. And the sad thing is, I personally know, people who did that. They got serious in a relationship, right? They had children, and they still feel empty inside. Yes, they love their family. However, because they don't have purpose as a man, right? They're always consistently, relying on external things to fill that empty void, right? And I know this, man. You can tell that's why you see men, go through midlife crises, buy a brand new car, and do you really think that's going to give them any sort of happiness? Yes, it's going to give them immediate happiness, but other than that, they still feel empty inside. And you got to understand that, without a purpose, getting in a relationship, having a family, all that's beautiful, I know, but it's still not going to bring you any sort of fulfillment inside. You're always going to feel empty, right? So make sure that you don't rely on a woman, and you don't think that, a child's going to bring you your purpose inside, okay? Because it's not. Yes, you love them, but it won't bring you any sort of purpose in your life as a man, right? So make sure you pay attention to that one, because a lot of men make that mistake. Now, the final one, this is probably the worst of the vices. So we've got drugs, alcohol, porn, junk food, video games, right? All these vices are very dangerous. Why? Because when you start indulging in these vices, because your life feels empty, you want to escape reality with these particular vices, you're going to find yourself in a, unconscious cycle of addiction, okay? And that's going to then start playing with your mental health as a man. And you don't want to be in this position, man, because I was in this position for a long time of my life, okay? And because I didn't have purpose, because I had an empty void inside. I relied on drugs, relied on alcohol, the porn, the junk food, and I found myself in a position where I was consistently addicted, right? Addicted to chasing that instant gratification, and it didn't fulfill me. It literally just broke me apart. And that's why I was at, a breaking point in my life 2 years ago with poor mental health, because I was stuck in this cycle of destruction. So you got to understand that, all these vices that I've mentioned to you, you don't want to rely on these vices. You don't want to engage in these vices if you don't have any purpose. But the last one especially, you shouldn't be engaging, in drugs, alcohol, porn, junk food. that should not be on your mind, right? Because they're forms of escaping reality. And if you love your life, if you're happy with the man in the mirror, right, and you focus on you, you don't need these sort of vices to bring you some sort of happiness inside, right? People get addicted because they're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with the way they're operating through life, without any purpose. And that's why they lean towards these sort of vices. But I want to offer you a solution, right? What you can actually do to work on your purpose as a man, how you can build your purpose, okay? And I'm going to make it very simple and straightforward because it doesn't need to be complicated. You can always add on to your purpose, but your baseline purpose as a man should be focusing on creating the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, right? And you basically do this each and every day, right? By focusing on creating a system, right? A system that's non-negotiable. And that allows you to, stack daily wins with this system that you create. And as you keep stacking daily wins, non-negotiable daily wins, you end up forming momentum, which then allows you to operate through high frequency. When you operate through high frequency, that's when all the good things start to happen in your life. That's when you start to attract all the good things in your life. That's when you can extend on your purpose, right? Because you're fulfilled internally as a man, right? You feel happy with yourself. You feel proud when you look at yourself in the mirror, not saying just physically, but when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, fuck yeah, man, I'm absolutely crushing it today, right? Because you focused on, the daily system, which was non-negotiable. You kept stacking up those daily wins, right? Your self-esteem went up, your self-love went up, your confidence went up. Operating through high frequency, that's when you start attracting the right woman in your life. That's when doors start opening where you're like, you know what? I actually deserve this career upgrade, right? I deserve to actually get this, right? I want to start this business. I'm going to learn this skill and do this. Because you're operating through high frequency, you don't have a fear mindset, right? You've got a mindset where it's an abundance mindset, basically, where you know that because you're operating through high frequency, you've got that confidence that you can literally do anything, right? You're in a position where you can do anything as a man. So doors start opening in that sense, okay? And you start forming better social circles, right? People want to be next to you because you're a man operating through high frequency. You've got respect for yourself as a man. So other men, other women, they're going to respect you, right? Respect is a huge thing. You got to understand this. And this is when life feels fulfilling because you don't need external things to validate you, right? At this point, you've got your purpose. You've got a daily system that's non-negotiable. You keep stacking up them daily wins, which allows you to operate through high frequency, which allows you to then crush it in life, okay? And then when you get external things, you understand that they're just temporary, just a bit of temporary fun, and you don't steer away from your purpose as a man because you know that that system that you created, the momentum that you've built, allows you to operate by being the best version of yourself, okay? And then you can extend on your purpose, right? Whether it may be you want to, do something to help others. But either way, when you operate this way as a man, through your baseline main purpose as a man, you get to help others. And that's such a rewarding feeling because you're operating through the best you. You're in a position where you can help those who are not doing so great or those that are, suffering in life, those that are going through pain, right? You can help them because you're operating through your highest self. You've got good frequency, good energy about you. You can bring them up with you, okay? Because you're in a position where you're good, you're fulfilled as a man, right? And you can then bring others up around you. And that's the beauty of building your baseline purpose, as I just discussed. And then you can always extend on this, later on in life, So I wanted to share this with you because you don't have to make this complicated. It can be very straightforward. And this is something that literally any man can do, okay? But you have to understand that it's going to require you to, put in work, show up for yourself each and every day. But it's only going to make you stronger, the self-discipline. And then it's going to be an automatic routine in your life once you start doing this, right? So, look, I'm going to end this video here. I hope this video helped in some sort of way. If you're new to my channel, you like my content, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps me, keep making more valuable content to help others, on their self-improvement journey. If you want to share your story in the comment, I'd love to hear your story. Other than that, have a blessed and beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.